Preface. A brand is a name, symbol, design, term, and virtually any other characteristic that can be used for identifying a product and distinguishing it from other products. Personal branding can therefore be seen as the characteristics of an individual that can be used in distinguishing him from another individual. A brand refers to anything whatsoever that associates with any particular product. This can be the symbolism of that brand or the experiences that the end users derive from using or interacting with that product. From the above definition, it can then be deduced that branding refers to the look, utility, and feel of a product, service, or a person, not disregarding the importance of collateral, advertising, and packaging of that product. Taking it further, the characteristic of a brand can equally be affected by the attitudes of the promoters and the sales representatives. They can also form public opinion about that product, which can determine the progress and acceptability of the said product. A wise company or brand owner will work assiduously to develop an acceptable image for its brand or product meticulously. A goal-oriented company will be guided by all the variables earlier mentioned in a given direction to reach the target audience, attain sales goals, and increase the equity of the brand in question. The way the company presents its brand will determine how it will be registered in the minds of the consumers and the general public. Self-branding. Developing your personal brand has some association with the process followed by companies when developing their brands and making it more acceptable to the consumers. Never forget that personal branding is a continuous process. Before you start your personal branding journey, you should first consider the purpose or goals of the branding process. Important questions to ask. Start by asking yourself, first, what do you want to achieve? You need to have a clear direction before you proceed. Second, who is the audience you are targeting? This will help you stay focused. Third, what do you want your target audience to think about you, your person or brand? Fourth, what kind of association can bring the best possible result from your personal branding endeavor? Fifth, what and who do you need to associate or affiliate with to make the personal branding process a successful one? The questions above will help you to stay focused on the branding process. Next, you need to ask yourself where you are currently on the road to achieving laid out personal branding goals. You should equally outline a series of steps that will bring you closer to your desired goals. You need to have a clear understanding of what your brand is and how it is being perceived presently. This is best done by taking stock of your present brand. In this text, the concept of personal branding will be elaborated. The specific steps to take to achieve your aim in personal branding will equally be outlined. The specific questions raised in this section will be answered to give the reader a clear understanding of where he is coming from, where he is presently, and how to get to his destination in personal branding. Introduction. What is personal branding? It is all about managing your style, reputation, attitude, look, and skill set. It is similar to how a marketing or promotion team present and run a physical product. The idea behind personal branding is about developing a collection of associations and symbols for yourself. The process, if followed diligently, will grant your face, name and work similar benefits that any blooming company has with its customers, e.g. Coca-Cola. If you are a professional, intending to work as a one-man company, then you need to develop personal branding. It is a way of marketing yourself to the world and compelling them to trust your ability to develop top quality, not just professionally, but in your personal interactions and human relationships. One of the best ways to start out on the journey to achieving your business and personal goals is to redirect the way people view and see you. People are not just interested in your technical expertise, they also want to know your personality, which they usually use when deciding on patronizing your brand. Personal branding helps you to build an acceptable image in their minds, which will further promote your business goals. What experience do you want people to have about you or your brand? This is one important question to keep in mind on your journey to building an impressive personal brand. Personal branding involves emphasizing your strong points in the minds of people. It involves marketing your positive aspects when you interact with others. Every aspect of a business can be turned into a tool for personal branding, including the name of the business. It is always better to choose a name that links your personality and your expertise together. This way, your clients will remember you each time they think of anything related to your profession. Dangers to consider. Associating your name to your business can help further the popularity of the brand, as hinted earlier. Be that as it may, this strategy has its downsides. For example, your personality may be negatively impacted if the product ever fails. Things may go down south for your personality if your work commits a libel, breaks the law, involved in an offence, and so on. People will not restrict the fault to your brand, but they will label your person as the offender. This is why many business owners prefer to work as an LLC rather than sole proprietorship. You need to be confident in your work or yourself. Lack of confidence will make it very difficult to brand yourself. This is to tell you that building your self-confidence is an integral part of building a personal brand. Building your self-confidence starts with improving yourself. This can be a laborious task. Despite being laborious, self-improvement is one aspect of your life you must focus on consistently. As hinted earlier, personal branding is an ever-continuous process. It requires more than a couple of hours per day. You must keep at it every day. In fact, some experts say it is a process spanning the 24 hours of the day and 7 days of the week. Yes, personal development is a full-time job. You must give it all you have, including your tenacity and full attention. It is more or less about building a habit of personal development. Once you build the habit, it will become an integral part of you and will not require much compelling to get it done. Personal branding also involves taking stock of your life, both professional and personal. It involves making positive changes to both aspects of your life. There is no straitjacket method to get this done, but some helpful tips will be shared in this work as we go on. Building your personal brand should not be limited to face-to-face activities alone. It should also include your internet activities. Yes, you need to also develop your personality online via social media. What is the importance of personal branding? Personal branding involves building a positive reputation for yourself in your professional and personal world. It will improve the way the world sees you and promote the positive word-of-mouth publicity about you. If you are into a business of profession, the popularity of both will receive a boost like never before. There is no better way to build unique brand equity than via proper management of your personal brand. Consequently, your product and your name will receive special star power. You will become more of a celebrity in no time at all. This new identity will be of use of any project you may undertake in the future. Furthermore, it will give you expert status in your field and enables you to segue into related fields as an alternative. Recognition of your personal brand will make others accept you as a professional. Optimizing your personal brand will associate you with specific people, cultural attitudes, aesthetics, movements, and ideas. Your message will get more targeted as you improve your personal brand. As a result, you can start living the kind of life you have always wanted to live around the kind of people you have always wanted around you. You can also start charging the kind of price you have always wanted to charge, since your brand will now have more value than ever before. To think the benefits mentioned above are just the short-term benefits of personal branding. Yes, it will help you raise the bar, and you will be known globally with time. The entire world around you will see you like a more skilled person, and this will invariably make you feel happy and fulfilled. Lesson 1. Taking stock of the current situation. The very first step towards personal branding is stock-taking. The only way to know and understand your real nature is to take stock of your life. Taking stock is the way to your heart. By taking stock, you can find your true self and refocus your life for more productivity. Taking stock will help you to understand everything that had ever happened or is presently happening in your life. Check below for some important consideration while taking stock of your personal brand. Certain aspects of your life to consider while taking stock will be discussed below. Your attitude. Taking stock of your attitude is principal to building your personal brand. Believe it or not, everything is all about attitude. Attitude is subjective, making it immeasurable. The best attitude is one that other people will react to favorably. First of all, others need to see you as a good person. It can also be translated to mean helpful, content, passionate, happy, and so on. They all add up to making you a good person as perceived by the world around you. This goodness nuance can be achieved by not being evil, impacting individuals or the world around you positively, making positive changes that are beneficial to your community, or helping your community one way or the other in a way that other people will notice. You need to sit down and take an objective look at your life, then think of those things you can do to glaringly emphasize your level of goodness to the world around you. You should also start living your life in a way that is beneficial to other people. In time, being good will become second nature to you. Aside from being good, you also need to work on being happy. You will develop a positive outlook on life if you are happy. Happiness will help you not to see sad situations as if they are really sad. Unhappiness can hinder success. Lack of happiness can also affect the joy of success. That is, if you ever become successful. You also need to be driven to have a good attitude. Being driven is a very important trait that you must focus your attention on in a bid to build your personal brand. Being driven will help you to surge through life more effectively on the way to your goals. Being driven is the same thing as being motivated. If you are driven, you will be motivated and you can motivate others. Being a source of motivation to others will get them inspired, and they will be more focused on forging ahead through the difficulties of their lives. The inspiration you give others will make them find fulfillment when they complete a small tedious task successfully, even if that small task only takes them just a step closer to their goal. Furthermore, you need to be helpful to others in a bid to change your attitude. You can easily come on top when you are willing to help others without expecting any gratification of any form. It is simple logic. When you help people, they will feel very grateful to you and will be willing to reciprocate in the future. Return on your investment may not come immediately, but it will give you a kind of positive self-image. It will bring about a burst of adrenaline, which is health-wisely beneficial. Your worldview. Aside from scrutinizing your attitude, you also need to take stock of how you see the world around you. There is some link between this point and positive attitude. Your worldview talks about your perception and personal philosophy of life. How you were brought up can determine what your worldview is, and it can determine if you end up being successful in your effort at improving your personal branding. Your worldview can take you places and make people around you respect you, provided you have a positive view of the world around you. Positive worldview gets you motivated and makes people around you feel more comfortable in your presence. Social events you attend. Not all events are beneficial to your effort at building a good personal brand. Some events are helpful, while some other ones can pull you down if care is not taken. Seeing and being seen can give you an entirely new identity. It is a way of publicizing yourself and your brand. It is not enough to attend just any social event, but you must attend only great ones that can take your personal and professional brands to the next level. Associating with the right group of people or organization is one of the best ways to develop your brand. Going out should not be for partying alone. You can also participate in community activities like charity programs. Everyone you meet during such programs will remember your face long afterward. They will also remember the experiences you shared together. They will remember you as a cheerful, delightful person. They will recall that you were supportive and engaging, which will all add up to give your personal and professional brands a leap. They will find themselves associating your personality with the event you have attended, and it will not be difficult for you to build a brand around such events. You can even venture into businesses related to such events, and it will not be difficult to sell the idea to people since they are already associating your face and personality with that brand. Your profession can determine the social events you want to attend and the kind of people you want to meet. As much as possible, make sure you do not shy away from those events that are related to your profession. You should make friends with the organizers of such events and become an active player in the system of things. The social events should not be restricted to offline events. You can also take it to the social media. You can join social network groups related to your profession or even form your group and invite others to join. You will be recognized as a voice to reckon with in that field if you contribute values consistently. Creating a balance between your professional and personal life. Both aspects of life are very important. Be that as it may, you should not let one aspect overshadow the other or allow one to put a strain on the other. Some aspects of your normal lifestyle may become work-related as you are developing your personal brand. Things get even worse if you are a freelancer. You may be tempted to overwork, which will make an incursion into your private life. Perpetual work will rob you of human relationship and render you helpless regarding certain personal issues. It is better to segment the 24 hours of the day to create time for your professional activities and other important aspects of your life. While overworking may benefit your professional branding, it can have a negative impact on your personal branding effort. To create adequate time for both aspects of your life, handle the easy tasks first. Among other things, it will give you the encouragement to venture into several other important things for the day. What company do you keep? This is another aspect of your life that calls for assessment. You should not just hang out, but make sure you hang out with the right crowd. The people to associate with are people that can further brighten your prospects. Associate with individuals or groups of people that can contribute positively to your life and brand. The kind of people around you can determine how the world sees your brand. If you cannot find such a group, you can form one and invite others to join you. The group you have joined or formed can become your support group when you are down. Members of the group can keep your company and become your circle of fellow merrymakers. Their presence can boost your morale and give you more confidence. You should be ready to invest your energy into this group to make it work. You may have to attend programs or events organized by any member of your inner circle, especially when invited, either individually or as a group. Be ready to also tag and like their Facebook pictures, follow and comment on their Instagram posts and the likes. However, the sacrifice always pays off at the end of the day. Your association does not have to be professional only. It can also be personal and informal. Such association can prove to be healthy in the long run, since it can help you develop your interpersonal relationships. If you are not used to associating with such an informal group, you should make an effort to do so. There is always a first time, so that you can make this your first time. Go out of your way to be friendly with people, and the rewards will always come in kind. If you have made an effort to belong to a group without succeeding, you should look for another group where you can feel belonged. Aside from the informal, friendly group mentioned above, you should also look for a professional group to join towards building your personal brand. The members of such group can be your colleagues at work or in your profession. They know your business very well, even if they are not close on personal terms. As a result, you can hone your expertise by associating with them, which will make it easier and faster to build your brand. When you need a recommendation, you will find this group useful. They can also be your source of connection to business and professional opportunities. If you are about to make a tactical business decision, this group can be there to provide the much-needed advice. Lesson 2. Developing your brand. Before you take a step further into your personal brand development, you need first to identify the brand you. You need to realize that building a personal brand is more or less about building yourself to build your personal brand. You need to first take a very deep look at yourself in a rather brutally honest way. This will take a lot of gut. It will help you to evaluate your achievements, personality, and assess the details of your life. This is even more important if your self-confidence has waned. This process is more like looking at yourself in the mirror to assess yourself and decide to change those aspects that need rapid overhaul. Self-assessment can be an eye-opener. It will open your eyes to your true nature as a person. It has a strong link with soul-searching and will force you to identify your weaknesses and strengths. It is not enough to talk about self-identification or self-assessment. You must go a step further by putting it into practice. Pick a piece of paper and write down in it those things that you think people think or like about you. Is it your smile or your jokes? Is it the honest way in which you present yourself? Is it the honest way in which you present your issues? While compiling this list, make sure you are honest about it. It is an opportunity to know those qualities you already possess. The answers you get from this soul-searching can help you in planning about where you want to be in the nearest future. One of the many ways to know the truth is to ask your friends, clients and family members. Many of them will be disposed to provide the desired factual responses. Create a second column on the sheet of paper and write down those things that people do not like about you, that is, those things on which you think you can improve. These are very personal things, and they can open the door to greater opportunities if well handled. These are about your habits and behaviors, both personally and professionally. Ask other people close to you, including friends and professional colleagues, for their unbiased opinions about you. Some of the things they tell you may be critical, but accept them as constructive criticism. What you have on that paper is the main foundation of personal branding. The trick to building that highly desired personal brand is to accentuate your areas of strength and curb or completely remove those other aspects that are not so good about you. The task to strengthen your core brand must be done, but you are free to choose the strategy that will work for your purpose. Pick out the simple and obvious problems and curb those, after which you can pick another bad habit to curb until you have successfully eliminated all the bad habits associated with you. If your bad part is an offensive body odor, why not take an extra shower each day? The seemingly simple things may turn out to have a very big negative impact if they are not handled properly and timely. You should not forget to accentuate the prominence and effectiveness of your positive behaviors. Work on making these positive traits more memorable to your clients and friends. This way, the people you associate with will want to tell others about your likable behaviors. Emphasizing on your positive traits can help accelerate the rate at which you build your personal brand. Make it a daily work and never stop working more on it. Branding ethics. As part of the personal branding process, you also need to define your personal ethics. This is the best way to determine what you stand for as an individual. Beam a searchlight on the content of your personal belief, which will help you to decide if your present direction is the right one you should take. It is time to think about your ethics and to also meditate on it. You should try to talk to a handful of your friends about your ethics. You can share ideas with them, and the end point will always be to your benefit. Take some time to explore your mind and also to figure out things. Use collateral. Whatever marketing collateral you adopt is essential, since it can reinforce tactically and visually those things you want to say. Collateral are those tangible goods like stationery and business cards, for example. They can support your brand and give it a new identity. The appearance or design of your business card can leave a very long impression on people. It is left for you to ensure that impression is the helpful type. The feel and look of your website can also determine what people will think about your brand. Your stationery paper stock should also have a very good texture that will confer more honor on your business. Look for a professional to design your website, stationery and business card. If you do not have the required expertise, give it to someone well-versed in web designing, graphics, software and the likes. On the other hand, possessing the required expertise will help you to save money. If you do not know how to put together an impressive write-up, you can always hire a copywriter to do the job. A professional can compose a write-up that is compelling and captivating, which will give your brand a new identity entirely. The words must combine perfectly to deliver the desired effects on anyone that reads about your brand. One of the challenges of hiring a copywriter is that the professional may not be able to put the words right the way you want it to be done. Do not blame them for this. They are not in your shoes. In such a situation, you will be the best person to do the job. By doing the writing yourself, you can paint the exact picture of how you want to be seen using the right words. Make the best house of your website and business card as collateral for your personal branding. The two can help you to add flesh to your personal brand. You can later add other things like t-shirts, pins, flyers, ads, banners, leave-behinds, envelopes and stationeries to add to your list of collaterals. They can also contribute exceedingly to your personal brand building. You should do the designing painstakingly, ensuring everything is put in the right place. Lesson 3. Communication habits. The way you communicate is very important. It can say a lot about you and your personality. If you are bent on creating a new and impressive personal brand for yourself and your business, then you need to review how you make use of the various means of communication. Email. Many people you communicate with via electronic mail expect you to adopt some standards and ethics. Such conduct can help you worm your way into their hearts, and you will be registered in their good mental book for recognition, recommendation, and partnership. The signature you add to emails can go a long way to build your personal brand in the mind of people. When appending a signature to an electronic mail, make sure the signature tells the recipient about how you can be reached, where you are, what you do, and your exact identity. You can go a step further by adding an unobtrusive small HTML signature to the mix. The information you have on your business card can also be presented in the signature section of the email. No matter what you add to the signature section, make sure you keep it simple and straight to the point. Phone. The way you answer the phone matters a lot. You can either say a simple hello when answering a business call. You can also say, your business name here. How can I help you today? It is very important that whatever you say on the phone give a good representation of your identity and image. One off-color joke on the phone is sufficient to shatter the personal brand that you have built meticulously till date. When you are sending voicemail message, keep it simple, professional, and to the point. Do not leave your business line lying around so that your wife, kids, or drunken friends will not pick the calls when a potential business partner is calling. Do not use your personal telephone for business or professional phone calls. Rather, get for yourself a different line for business calls. This can help you to mitigate any brand casualty due related to the phone. You can adopt the use of services like Skype for your business communications, since it allows you to make cheaper calls. When using your mobile device as business line, you can use a different ringtone to detect when one of your clients is calling. Handle your phone calls the same way you will handle face-to-face communication. This will compel you to be more ethical in the way you respond to your clients on the phone. Texting. You can only text a client if the two of you relate casually if you have worked with that client for a very long time. When you are texting a client, it is unethical to use acronyms like BRB or LOLs. Do not make all your words capital letter and not start the text message with words not starting with capital letter. If you are professional with your texting, you will win the hearts of your clients over. Letter. Business communication can also be sent via the traditional snail mail. In fact, some organizations do insist that you send a particular document via snail mail. As much as possible, make sure the message is straight to the point, simple and short. If it is a business letter, keep it strictly formal. You may mention something personal in passing, but do not make it too obvious or dwell too long on it. Make sure the letter has a specific purpose and engaging. Professional composition of a letter can go a long way in building your personal brand. Lesson 4. Building home bases. The social media is one tool you should engage when building your personal brand. The social media gives you the opportunity to showcase your brand name to the world. It will also reveal your ideas, reputation, work, and resume to your social media audience. This is one sure way to make new connections and give your personal brand a new identity. If you belong to any professional or social group on the social media, make sure your conduct on those groups is similar to your conduct in real life. Do not forget that the social media is a tool to convey your personal brand to the world beyond your locality. That same identity you have assumed or built in real life must therefore prevail on social media. When joining social networks, make sure some of them have a direct impact on your profession. Aside from professional groups, you can also join few groups that have multiple purposes, both formal and informal. As long as people you want to impress with your personal brand are in a social network group, never hesitate to join the group. Diversifying your social media presence is a great idea, the same way you diversify your investment portfolio and skill sets. Blogs. Blogs have been in use for many years now, and they have proved to be scene stealers since then. Blogging tools have made it very easy for companies and individuals to put up an impressive web content to showcase their brands. You can also adopt blogs to push your personal brand to the world around you. A blog, aside from being a platform to showcase your skills and brand, can also earn you good money. You can register for Google AdSense, and this will bring in some cool cash as you are sharing the ideas of your personal brand with the world around you. If you like, you can add images and videos to the blog. It can help make your content more interesting and entertaining, which will ensure your visitors always come back for more. A blog can show you the general demography of individuals visiting the blog. It can also allow you to change the demography according to what suits you. The content of your blog can give the visitors a first impression of you, so make sure the first impression is a good one. Make sure the content is focused and original. While it is good to make it professional, adding a touch of informality will make it more interesting. Proper organization of your blog content will keep your visitors engaged, and it will ensure that they come back for more. The page on your blog must be well designed to keep it alive. While attempting to design a blog nicely, do not add too many images or curly fonts. The interface should be intuitive and very easy to navigate. The aesthetics must be pleasant, and the content must be delivered as practically as possible. It is not good to make the visitor go through stress before they can find what they are looking for on your blog. The content on your blog should represent your personal brand. It should, therefore, appear responsible, businesslike and clean-cut if you want to showcase your professional brand. The blog content must have depth, which will showcase you as a knowledgeable professional to your readers. Your blog should not exist alone. Try to link it to your website if you have one. The two can work together and help to accentuate the popularity of your personal brand even more. Websites. A website is an essential collateral for upgrading your personal brand in the eyes and minds of your visitors and the general public. You can provide your personal information about your work and contact details on your website. The information can be accessed by virtually anyone across the globe, so long as the individual can access the internet. Never forget to include a link to your blog on your website. Your business will be out of touch with reality and archaic if you do not have a website for it. Who you are, who your audiences are, as well as what you do, can determine if what you need is a simple or complex website. If you are not a website designer, you can contact professionals to help out. These professionals know the right touch to put in the right place that will make your website present your personal brand in the right light. Building a website is one thing, managing it is another thing entirely. Web management should not be difficult if you have the time to spare for it. It involves posting new content on your website on a frequent basis. If you cannot find time to do this, you can always employ a web development company to do it for you. If you want your personal website to showcase your brand the way you want it to be presented to the world, it may be better to write the content by yourself, since you can see yourself better than anyone else can see you. Is there a difference between a blog and a website? Yes, there is a world of difference. A blog is filled with information about your interests, while a website contains information about you and your work. Real-life home base. It is not impossible to have a home base for personal branding in real life. It simply means having a place you can go, like a restaurant, art gallery, club, and coffee house, and so on. These are places where your acquaintances will back you up and further promote your personal brand. When you want to meet with your clients or new associates, for example, you can take them to these home bases. The cheer and backup you get at these locations will give you an entirely new image in the mind of the acquaintance or associate. Make sure you have as many of these places as possible to promote your personal brand further. Also, make sure you take some time to develop a friendship in these locations. It will prove helpful and pay dividends when the time comes. In building friendships, you should also know you may have to spend some money. Any money or time you spend to build your popularity of these home bases is an investment, and you will surely reap the dividends. You should not be afraid to spend money while building the foundation so that people will not see you as a cheapskate. No need to spend more than you can afford, but make sure you are seen as being generous, and you will reap generosity from these people at a later date. Conclusion. Over the course of this text, you have learned a lot about how to build your personal brand. The information here was not limited to just building a personal brand. It dwells considerably also on how to build your personal brands. Various steps on how to get things done have been given, and you have been shown the various tools you can use, like a website, blog, and so on. The importance of building a home base has also been discussed. Additionally, you have been informed about the role social network can play in building your personal and professional brands. Hints were also given the right kind of crowd to associate with, both in real life and on social media, when working towards building your personal and professional brands. Furthermore, you must understand the importance of building a good reputation for yourself wherever you go. The importance of grooming and hygiene cannot be overemphasized while building a personal brand. Your hair must always be clean, and body odor must be kept at bay. You must work on your posture and make sure you attain a healthy body. If your teeth are colored, you need to get them cleaned. Finally, you must know that your choice of dress can speak volumes about your personality.